Hello and welcome back to... Oh god, I just hit that pig. I'm so sorry, Piggy. Let me just destroy you since you're here. It's nothing personal, it's just you happen to be near me when I hit my recording button. Anyway, welcome back to NieR Automata, and we're going to be finishing off the weapon stories. Now, last time we got through the small swords and the large swords. We're going to be doing the spears and the punching weapons today. So, without further ado, let's get started. The Phoenix Lance, a spear made from the plume of a phoenix. Legends tell of a mighty warrior who had no equal in battle. Granted immortality by a phoenix, he wandered from war to war, forever searching for ways to prove his strength. Eventually the man's immortal body proved too much for his spirit, and he ran himself through with his own spear again and again. But each time he did, the wound closed over itself, leaving not even a scar. He leapt from cliffs, he threw himself into raging seas and lit himself aflame, but nothing worked. Then one day he slipped mercifully into unconsciousness, and awoke centuries later to find a songbird on his chest. "You have atoned for your sins," said the bird. "If you wish me to free you from your solitary existence, I will gladly do so." The man wept tears of joy and suddenly whispered thanks to the gods before suddenly stomping the bird to death. As you do. The Beast Curse. A spear with the king of beasts as its motif. Once upon a time there were 3 princesses. The youngest princess was widely regarded as the ugliest woman in all the land. But her heart was gentle, honest and pure. Hoping to aid others in need, the youngest princess would travel to the fields to offer succor to peasants, but they would reject her kindness with cruel words. The youngest princess knew her looks were driving people away, yet she kept donating her life to the service of others, figuring that the fault lied in her own lack of devotion. Day after day this continued for years without end. The youngest princess died alone, curled in the back of a damp, wet alley. She was so ugly that no one had the courage to give her a proper burial. Instead, she rotted where she lay, turning even uglier until she faded into the earth. Poor princess. The Dragoon Lance we've already read once, but I'm going to do it again. I had a dream about the day we met. He was small, he was insignificant, he was weak, yet he hated the world just as I did. I decided to aid him, and he did the same for me. Thus was our friendship born. It wasn't perfect, of course. Mistakes were made along the way. Still, we remained friends. The blue wind that caresses these grasslands has a pleasing scent. I bring my cheek to his and he twitches, almost as if tickled. Then I spread my wings and let him ride me into the skies above. And that was the symbol of a bond between a lord and an old dragon. Directly referencing Drakengard. I mean, some of them are more subtle, but that one's pretty bam right there. Next one, the Spear of the Usurper. A spear used by a prince's double to murder his liege. Liege. In the distant kingdom there lived 2 princes. The son of the queen consort was clever of mind but weak of flesh. The son of the king's second wife was dim-witted yet charming, and quite gifted in the art of war. Which prince would succeed the throne? When news came down that the king had died in battle, the 2 men had each declared themselves the next true king, rallying the people to take the side of one or the other. In the midst of this coronation battle, a 3rd man appeared claiming to be a prince. Bright, capable and brave, he dispatched the 2 foolish brothers and went on to become a wise and just king beloved by all. Decades later, the king announced on his deathbed that he wasn't royalty at all, but in fact was the son of a commoner. Upon hearing this revelation, the people stormed the castle and hung their beloved ruler from the rafters. The Type 40 Lance is the latest Yorha model. Hi guys, it's me, 42S, your favourite Yorha squadron idol from the North 12C Defence HQ. I'm here with the latest hot scoops from the front line, so let's get out there and do our best, alright? Go team! Hey ho, Battlefield buddies, I'm not gonna lie here. The current war situation isn't looking too optimistic, but we're expecting reinforcements from our orbiting satellite bases any moment, so don't give up yet. Glory to mankind. Mayday! Mayday! This is Publicity Agent 42S from North 12C Defence HQ. Is anyone listening? Our facility has been completely surrounded by machines. I don't know how much longer we can... No broadcast continues from this channel. The Type 3 Lance is an outdated Yorha model. The unadorned lance pierced her foes with machine-like accuracy. The grind of metal on bone in tandem with the pain screams of her victims created sweet music in the mercenary girl's ears. Day after day, she returned to the battlefield to compose more music. Here, a giant of a man, fat rippling from his sides. There, a slimmer gentleman whose bones would surely produce a sweeter sound. Ah, who'd have stabbed first? The girl fought for an age, stabbing uncountable foes in an effort to find the ideal scream, that sonorous, bone-grinding sound. Yet perfection eluded her no matter how hard she tried. Would she ever find what she sought? Suddenly, she turned to a fine-looking hunk of meat at her side. Stabbing it produced a scream so pure, she couldn't help but smile. She continued to smile as she stabbed, no longer able to recall that that hunk was her own child. Bit of a bad parent, really. Virtuous Dignity, a white spear used by samurai of the East. The elegant white spear was crafted by a tyrant as a gift for his wife, whose parents he had killed years earlier. She slipped it under the bed they shared, then later used it to run him through 30 times. The spear's second owner was a courageous bandit fighting mare. In her later years, her strength faded until one night, a pack of young thugs surrounded her and took all that she had, including her life. The third owner was a greedy merchant who lived to swindle customers. Soon she found herself shunned and penniless, and so decided to hang herself. The unused spear rested in a corner of her home as a decoration. The fourth owner was a meek young boy who wanted to aid his sickly younger sister. He gave all to this cause, including his very existence, and that of all else in the world. All know who that is, of course. Or if you don't, that's the main character of the first game. In the Japanese version, anyway. Cruel Arrogance, a black spear used by warrior monks of the East. The dark, hideous lance was crafted by a beautiful female artisan. As people far and wide praised its design, the artisan's apprentice grew jealous and slew her, the lance itself soon vanishing into the mists of time. The lance's second owner was a puppeteer who crafted a clockwork doll capable of doing nearly anything. When he put the lance in the doll's hand, she lashed out and pierced the puppeteer's skull right between the eyes. The third owner was an infant prince who was gifted the lance by the Queen Regent. She died soon thereafter, and on the night of her funeral, the lance vanished from the infant's room, leaving behind only a tiny corpse in the crib. The fourth owner was a simple, honest man who wanted to aid his sickly daughter. He gave all to this cause, including his very existence and that of all else in the world. And again, no point of guessing who that is. Well, obviously I'll tell you in case you don't realise, that's NieR from the European and American version of the games, or Gestalt in Japan, the older father NieR. Again, fairly obvious, but hey. The machine spear, a spear used by machine lifeforms. My name is Plato1728. I am a failure of a machine. I was designed for combat, but I can't use weapons. Everyone makes fun of me and my life is horrible. I am a dumb machine. I got lost during battle and ended up in some kind of factory. I found a whole pile of dolls discarded there. They say they share the same fate that I do. I am a foolish machine. Today I had to fight at that factory. All of the dolls got completely destroyed, crushed by my friends and foes who can do nothing but fight, fight, fight. I activated my cannon and shot everyone there. I'm not sure why I did that. All I know is I decided to fight because I'm just a stupid, broken machine. Okay, the combat braces are next. Bare Fist. I don't think there's a story of the Bare Fist, oddly enough. Angel's Folly. Weapons shaped after an angel's holy wings. Once, there was a demon who held an affinity for angels. He dreamed of serving alongside them and their god, yet cursing the impossibility of it all. Then one day he came to Earth, bringing himself a step closer to heaven. An angel was sent to slay the demon. When the evil one saw his foe, he burst into tears and revealed his plan. Please, the demon begged, you must give me a set of white wings for my very own. The angel agreed to trade a set of white wings for the head of another demon. Overjoyed, the demon killed one of his own and plucked the head right off its still warm body. The angel then led the demon to heaven, where he underwent centuries of the cruelest tortures imaginable. Finally, the pain was so great that he lost consciousness, at which point his dark wings turned the promised shade of white. The Demon's Cry. Weapons shaped after a demon's profane fangs. Once there was a gentle angel who came to Earth to provide salvation for those in need. Whether it was curing illnesses, offering blessings, or cheering the sad, he was always there when needed. The angel, however, provided aid to sinners and non-believers as well, an act which was strictly forbidden. Each time he did so, a single white feather would fall away from his glorious wings. One day the angel came across a young girl with an illness that pained her deeply, but he could do nothing to help the child, for all of his feathers had long since fallen off. The angel cursed himself and the cruelty of the world. The resulting hatred stained his body and his wings, turning them both black as night. Then, crying tears of blood, he brought his hands to the girl's neck. The Type 40 Fist, the latest in Yorha model. System Yorha, unit data uploading. Checkout HC. Close IO, duplicate core. Find Yorha unit. Updating data. Checking data. Purge conversational log. Purge unit data. Purge system data. Exit. The Type 3 Fist, which is the outdated Yorha model. The man wailed an inhuman scream as he brought his fist down on his opponent's skull. He brought it down again, and again, and again, until the victim was nothing more than a splatter of blood and bits. The man had a beautiful wife that drove everyone wild with jealousy. They lived a simple, happy life, yet the man always strove to keep his wife safe, above all else. One night the man came home to find a stranger in his bed. His wife told him that he'd forced himself upon her, at which point the husband flew into rage and vowed to exact revenge. The man bought a weapon from a craftsman famed for forging instruments of pain, then used it to punish his wife, for he could not abide that she failed to protect her virtue. His revenge was complete. The Virtuous Grief, weapons made of white armor from the east. I see you in my sleep, restless sleep. My heart flies to pieces each time I wake. I burn to see you in the real world. I hunt for the woman who pines for you. The scream pleases me. Your body and heart shall be mine. Your heart, I long for it, yet it does not return my loving kind. All you care for is your cold, dead wife, so I must at least take your body. Your head is mine, beautiful head. The eyes that scorned me are so lovely now. Hate me if you like, begrudge me all, you're still mine forever. The Cruel Lament, weapons made of black armor from the east. I take up the sword and battle for you. My heart knows not fear, instead burning with a love strong and pure. I swing my sword for you, splattering blood across my sleeve. I smile as the chaos continues. Is this a haiku? I swing my sword for you. No, it's not. Okay, never mind. I brandish my sword for you. Victims uncountable. Victims beyond measure. Their dying wails become the song of my sleep. I cry out, give me your head! I capture you as you flee and take it. I do this all for you. For you. For you. Who are you? The Machine Heads. Weapons made from the machine lifeform's heads. I lack parts. I am useless. My existence is unnecessary. I tried so hard, Mummy. That's sad. The Emil Heads. Unique weapons shaped like Emil's head. The 9th of February, 12,422. I confirm that the machine lifeforms released by the aliens have reconstructed their network. I've started to see units with gravity controlling capabilities again as well. Oh wait, it's the wrong way around, isn't it? Sorry, American dates. So that would be the 2nd of September. The 15th of October, 12,422. I was spawned about a week ago, so I don't have clear recollection of anything before that. Say, I wonder where the original disappeared to all those millennia ago. The 14th of December, 12,422. I confirm that the 25th one born after me has stopped his biological activity. Although we're technically immortal since we can respawn indefinitely, and all, we're still not exempt from death. The 19th of January, 12,423. Our memories are only copies, so they're pretty vague. That android wearing black, I have a feeling I've met her before. She had a complicated look on her face, but I can't remember anything. And that is it. That is the all of the weapon stories. I really hope you enjoyed them. Some of them are cryptic, some of them are fairly obvious what they're talking about. A lot of them reference things within the game or even subtly do. And just generally, they're all quite interesting and reasonably creepy. I love the fact that it's a trend between Drakengard, between NieR, between, you know, the first game, the second game, anything related to the universe that always have weapon stories. It's one of my favourite things about them, in fact. It's the attention to detail in crafting the universe. This game just oozes love and oozes care. It's just... Not every game goes into this detail of world building and world crafting for you, the player. Sometimes you may have to look for it, sometimes you may have to, you know, seek things out elsewhere. There's radio plays, there's little novels, there's books that are only in Japanese that people lovingly have translated on the internet. But these games give something to the player, you know, they give something quite special that if you seek it out, it's always there. And that's it for today's NieR. Next time I think I'm going to be doing the arena with 9S, and I think that's probably going to be it then. I may try and do the twin side quest I never got round to doing, simply because it's quite an interesting one. But it requires a bit of a grindy weapon drop. Sorry, an item drop, and I gotta hope it drops. If it has, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Bleh. But either way, thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. And I know it's a bit of story time with Helloween, but I hope I read it all alright for you. And until next time, catch you all later.